I've been asking the kids, you know, if you've been sort of maternal towards them, giving them advice, and they really said you have been taking care of them, giving them both acting advice and then simple things like don't wear open-toed shoes. Did you have somebody that gave you that advice, or did you not, and therefore you feel like you want to impart that on them?
I started in the Hollywood industry when I was 3 years old on The Cosby Show, working towards hanging with Mr. Cooper and different people that have been in the industry for many years. I've always been given advice. And I remember as I got older, other people coming up in the industry after me, not through the same pipeline I did, and I didn't understand the lack of work ethic and the lack of rules that were not learned because they didn't have the same regimen that I did. They didn't have the same whip on top of them. So I always said if I got a show at a ripe age to where I feel like it's okay for me to tell kids what to do, I would make sure they went through the same process I went through so that we can go back to how times were. There was an etiquette for stage when I was growing up on sitcoms that's no longer there. Yes, we have social media, but don't bring your phones on set because that's rude and disrespectful to my time. And if you want to be on the phone, you can go back to your room. That's the way that I was talked to, and I will say it with a smile and a spoon of sugar and we can go have a donut later, but take your phone off set. That's just how I was raised, and I don't want them to miss out on what I learned.
Well, she does do that. She tells us like not to take our phones on set, and she tells us all the proper etiquette like to never wear open-toed shoes on set because something may fall on you, you can get hurt. She tells us not to run. She tells us to keep our shoes tied. She taught me a special knot. And
yeah, she has a lot of great advice. She tells us everything about, you know, acting. She's had so much experience being in a bunch of different shows in her childhood, and she also gives us great advice on, you know, our personal life and how to handle being on a show like this, you know, on a Disney show. So she gives us a lot of great like acting advice. One piece of advice that she gave me is to kind of not crunch my face. I do this thing sometimes when I'm acting where I push my eyebrows down, so I end up kind of crunching in my face. So she told me to raise my eyebrows, and that helps my scenes become brighter and better. So that was one piece of advice that she gave me that
She helps us just put ourselves into our character.
Yeah, definitely.